Let's go to this video. Is about the units we use in physics. We use units to measure things, to measure the length of an experiment. We use the time to measure the time that elapses between uh, one experiment and the other experiment, or meanwhile the particle is moving, and we use the mass. We need to measure the mass of the particle that is involved in our experiment. So the basic unit that we measure are length, mass, and time. And these measure, they have a unit. So what are the units of length? The unit of length is the meter. What does it mean? That it means that we have 1 meter as a sample of 1 meter, and we say that we make a measure of 3 meters is 3 times 1 meter. So if this is 1 meter, okay, we keep this length, original length L0 equal 1 meter. So if we measure 3 times this quantity, we have 1, 2, and 3. We have a bar that is 3 meters if we measure. So 3 meters, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. So we keep this bar of 1 meter as a sample to make reference of what we measure. It happened the same thing with the time and with the mass. The unit of mass are kilograms. The unit of time is 1 second, is seconds. And what is the definition of 1 meter? There are a definition, for example, that 1 meter is 1 over 10 million meter of the 10 million of the distance between the line of the equator and the pole of the Earth. So if you measure the distance and you divide between 10,000, between 10,000, not 10 million, between 10,000, no, 10 million meters, you will find that this is 1 meter. Of course, there are a more modern definition of the unit of 1 meter based in the speed of light, but it's not important now. The unit for the time is the seconds, and what is 1 second? Well, 1 second is the time that is a fraction of 1 day. 1 second is a fraction of 1 day. What is a fraction of 1 day? Well, the day have 24 hours, the hour have 60 minutes, and the minute have 60 seconds, so it's a fraction 1 divided by 24 by 60 by 60. So this is 1 second, a fraction of 1 day. For the mass, the unit is the kilogram, and the mass of 1 kilogram, you can define the mass of 1 kilogram like the mass that the volume of 1 liter will have. But now we have the problem, what is 1 liter? The system that we use is called MKS. M for meters, K for kilogram, and S by seconds. Everything that we measure in meters, kilograms, and seconds. Or the equation that we use, we have to translate the measure, if it's not meters, it's kilometers, to meters. We translate the measure to meters, to kilograms, and to seconds. And of course, there are certain subunits, and the subunits are, for example, the subunit of the meters is 1 kilometer, is 10 to the 3 meters, so it's 1,000 meters. 1 micrometer is 10 to the minus 6 meters, means that you have 1 meter, and you divide the meter in 1 million part, 10 to the 6 part, 10 to the 6 part, 1 part, 10 to the minus 6 is what we call 1 micrometer. You take the meter, I repeat again, you take the meter, this is 1 meter, 1 meter, you divide it, the meter into 1,000,000 parts, and you choose one of the parts, and this is 10 a la minus 6 meters, and this is what we call 1 micrometers. 1 micrometers is this part, the small part here. So 1 centimeters, you know how much it is 10 a la minus 2 meters, 10 a la minus 2 meters, and 1 nanometers is 10 a la minus 9 meters, 1 micrometer is 10 a la minus 3 meters, and 1 Armstrong is 10 a la minus 10 meters. And it's important to remember what is the size of what is 1 Armstrong, because it's more or less the size of 1 atom. 1 atom have the size of 1 Armstrong, so it is 10 a la minus 10. That's all. Maybe you have to. That's all. And I think to be sure that the system is the system MKS, length, mass, time. Mass, length. So the system MKS is the system where the length is measured in meters, the mass is measured in kilograms, and the time is measured in seconds. This is the system that you have to be sure that you know what's going on, because all the equations have to be in this system MKS. All the data that we are going to use as a combination of meter, kilogram, and second. Okay, no problem for this part.